You have your mom last week?
I did some days. I was just busy last week.
Okay. Nice to see you back then. Okay, let me share with you. Okay, we continue to study for the Buddha line.
Time would all be dead. We're absorbed in watching entertainments, seeking fun, but for what benefit? Surely it would be better to seek the path beyond all suffering. I'm thinking the same way as you. Alright then, let's seek out a teacher under whom we can live and practice. To which hermitage should we go? Which teacher should we seek out? These days, there's so many sects. But we should choose the school of Master Sanjaya. It's large and respected, with many followers, located right in the city of Rajagana. Besides ourselves, we'll have to persuade our followers to go with us. All right, we'll leave tomorrow. The two of us have trained under Master Sanjaya until he has nothing more to teach us. Correct, sir. This cure of this doctrine does not teach the way to deliverance that we are seeking. With that, sir, we'll have to seek out another hermitage, another master. We've been friends for a long time. It's best if we make the promise that whichever one of us discovers the path out of suffering first, will seek out the other in full. Agreed? Agreed. Miss Fidancia walks with such inspiring mindfulness and composure. I've never seen any recluse like him before. I must take this opportunity to prepare him a seat and attend to his needs. Then, when he has eaten, I will politely ask him where he comes from. Honorable sir, my name is Upatissa, but some people call me Sariputta, after my mother's name, Sari. Please, may I be permitted to ask you, where did you ordain? Who's your teacher? Whose teachings or words do you follow? My name is Venerable Asaji. My master is the Lord Buddha from the Sakyan clan. I'm his disciple and follow his teachings. And what exactly did your master teach you? I have just been ordained, and thus cannot give you all of the profound teachings, but I can give you a brief version. Whatever dharmas arise due to causes, the great teacher explains those causes and the ending of those dharmas. Upatissa, you're repeating such short teachings that you heard, and it's enough for me to see the Dharma. Quickly, let's go and persuade Master Sanjaya to seek out Venerable Asaji's teacher. In this world, which do you think there is more? Intelligent people or foolish people? More foolish people, Master. Such being the case, let those intelligent people go to study in Samara Gautama. I'll stay here for the sake of the foolish. Because those two friends walking in here together or to be my pair of foremost disciples. For one well established in morality develops ever-present awareness of objects as they arise in the mind. Seeing such objects arising and ceasing continually, he begins to grow weary of them. Becoming weary, he lets go of his grasping and clinging. Letting go of grasping and clinging, his heart is released.
Having heard the Buddha's teaching, all of the two friends' followers attained arahantship. But Upatissa and Kolipa themselves, with their great accumulation of spiritual qualities and wisdom, were disposed to a slower but more profound realization of the Dhamma, and therefore did not yet become fully enlightened.
The two of you are now ordained as monks. I give you the names which would be an honor to your mothers as follows: Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Moggallana.
Amy, can you summarize what's about?
So these two monks or currently in that last frame, they were common people at first, and they were friends. And at the beginning of the clip, they had promised each other once one of them found a path that would lead to, I guess, like the end of suffering for both of them, then they would follow that path together. And so one of them he found, or when he was outside, he saw one of the newly ordained monks, and he asked him where he came from and who his master was. So he responded that it was the Lord Buddha that taught him, and that he could not teach him everything, but he would give him a brief summary of what he learned. And so after that, the man went to tell his friend, and both of them were persuaded to go seek out the venerable in, I guess, their village, so that that venerable could go learn from the Buddha as well and come back to teach their village. But that venerable said that he would not go and he'd stay at the village. So those two men should go themselves to learn. And so they went to learn from the Buddha, and they eventually became ordained monks, Sariputta and Moggallana.
Okay. When they are the main Buddha disciples later on, you would hear many of them again and again. Sariputta and the Mongolian. Okay, so you remember Timotheus when at first they met a monk, and what did that monk say?
Mm,
You remember?
no.
No. Oh, okay, so he said that everything happened because of the causes. Remember that?
Okay.
What mean everything happened because of some causes. Does not happen from the sky. Does not happen because of nothingness or because of any kind of God and so forth. Why is that? Why is that? Why something happened? Because it has some causes, some reason it happened. Example, the COVID-19 is happened because of nothingness or because of something else?
Because of something else.
Why is that? Why is that? What was something else? Okay, let me show you this one. Make it once again. I think most of you, all of you would know already, but still, we need to recognize why something happened because of some reason, not because of nothingness or not because of some God and so forth. Okay,
but a particular industry that is experiencing both the positive and negative.
So, sorry, let me share the screen. Hi, Jonathan and Juan. Let's see here. And this is the impact. Okay, the impact.
And the new normal during the COVID-19 pandemic. Thousands laid off or furloughed, stores shut down, public gatherings banned, travel restrictions and physical distancing imposed, as a third of the world practices some form of a lockdown to slow down the spread of COVID-19. And all of this is having an impact on our global economy. Industries like airlines, import-export companies, tourism, retailers, events, restaurants, and many other non-essential services have been hit, some harder than others. The United Nations says we may see a $2 trillion shortfall in our global income and a $220 billion hit to developing countries, excluding China, because of COVID-19.
It's catastrophic. We've never seen anything like this. We have a huge portion of the economy and people under lockdown, and that's going to have a huge impact on what can be produced and not produced.
Many services have been able to go digital in an effort to continue running their business, such as e-learning, online fitness classes, food and grocery delivery services, and telecommunication apps.
We're seeing this massive push that's going to result in all kinds of services being available remotely that previously weren't.
And many companies have been able to adapt to working from home, a new pattern that seems to be forming as a part of our new reality.
I think this is certainly going to be one of the long-term legacies of this crisis.
Okay, I think that's enough. So, what happened? What happened to the impact of the COVID-19 to our life now? Even up to now, what happened?
Well, it's been really bad for the economy because of the closing of restaurants and airlines, and people can't really travel to maybe see their families and stuff. And it's also made people adapt to working at home, so they're used to staying home and not going out as much, and working from home is like the new lifestyle for them.
Okay, Jonathan, you still go out, or most times you stay home?
Most of the time I stay home, but then if I have to run errands with my parents, then I'll go.
Mm-hmm. You can, whenever you go out, would you wear the mask or no? You do?
Yes, I.
Why is that?
Because wearing the mask lowers the chance of COVID-19 spreading, right? I think is what I read somewhere.
So, Vân Anh, how is this COVID-19 affecting your life? How?
Not at all, I think, Thầy.
Huh?
Not at all, Thầy. Oh, because I wanted to study abroad in China and visit Vietnam after that, but then I have to stay here because of the COVID-19. Just that's it. But I still have to stay at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, visa trip. How are you, Tim Mortis? How impacts your life then?
Pretty much differently. Like I had to wear a mask when I go to work, and I had to be far away from people as possible.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've still had. People say 6 feet, but I would be 12 feet because there was a testing that showed that coughing can spread up to at least 6 feet.
But the mask could protect you, right?
Yeah, but what if it gets to your eyes? It would be bad.
Oh, really? Oh, but okay. Why? You plan to come down here, or you don't know?
Well, we were going to, but I don't know. My mom is really the person who's having the final decision about it, and I don't really know how she feels about going because of Corona and stuff. But I don't really know what she's thinking.
Mm-hmm. And then you know what we're talking about?
Yeah, you're talking about camp next week.
Yeah, this Sunday. So right now, decision is dependent on this mom. So anything that affected your life, Amy? Or not much?
Well, it ended, I had to switch to like all of my college classes switched to online at the end of the semester. And it was kind of hard to switch to for some of my classes because there were labs, so it was interesting to see. And then, I mean, otherwise, I guess like all of my summer volunteering, like that I was going to do canceled because they're obviously all in hospitals, so I couldn't do that anymore. So, I mean, otherwise, staying at home.
Okay, and you miss your friends too, right?
I see them occasionally.
Okay. John, it affected your life much or not much?
I mean, I pretty much am accustomed to staying home most of the time.
All right, so hi, Diana and Crystal, can you hear us? Okay, anyway, so Diana and Crystal, they live in San Luis. So Thăng Thiên, you will drive here, right? Next Sunday, right? This come up Sunday, right? Saturday.
Yes, Thầy. Yes.
Good. Okay, anyway, so let's go back to the story of the Buddha. That's the two main disciples, Mongolian. Vâng Anh, you know who is that? And Shariputra, you know that? You know who are they?
Not really, thầy. Maybe I will know in Vietnamese.
Xá Lợi Phất, nằm Thuận Liên á.
Yes, yes, thầy.
Okay. Xá Lợi Phất mà mẹ Shariputra. His foremost is what? You know?
Not really, thầy.
Amy, you know them? No.
I mean, I recognize the names, but I don't know.
Who they are? Timothy, you would not know, right? And Johnson, you would not know, right?
I know that.
Why you know them? Who are they? You know? That's why you need to learn. You know, somehow anyways, for the Christian, the Catholic people, whenever they talk about the names of their saints, like Saint Paul and so forth, most of them know, right? But for Buddhist people, even the closest Buddha disciple, most but we would not know. So please remember, Shariputra, his disciple, foremost in wisdom. So if you encounter the sutra, if you read this Buddha Sutra, most of the time you encounter this name. And Moggallana, that relate to what story? Vâng Anh. We talk about.
It's the parent appreciation thing.
Remember I told you guys, Buddha, right? The way he attained enlightenment, he became arhat and used his psychic power to bring the food to his mom, the one who was in the Hungry Ghost realm. That's what we have the blah 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 Buddha of parent appreciation that now from now on, please remember that, okay? Remember there's these two main disciples of the Buddhas. They're so important in the Buddha life, okay? Oh, by the way, let me stop for a while. Timothy, you know why in Buddhist traditions, thousands years ago, even during Buddha times, why do we follow the practice of bowing, prostration? Why is that?
Is it some kind of tradition?
Yes, and what else? Why we practice the kind of traditions? What's the meaning? What's the meaning then?
To show respect.
Okay, number one. What else? What's the why? What else? We show respect to the elderly, like the Buddha, Bodhisattva, and so forth. What else?
Well, I knew that was to show respect, but I don't know what else it is.
Okay, Jonathan, you know why? Why Buddhist people we bow down to the ground? You know why?
I'm not sure, Thầy.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay, me, you know, right? We talk about that many times in the past, right, Amy? Why is that?
Well, one is definitely to show respect, but the second is, I guess, to show like your willingness or like open-mindedness to learn from.
Okay. Oh, close, almost close. How are you, Vân Anh?
I guess to lower your ego.
Yeah. Being what? Being what?
Being what thing?
Humble.
Yeah.
You know, we said being humble. Why is that? Why, especially in English, why is that? Why we being humble is so important. Being,
Because it would help us to learn more from other people and not be arrogant and think that we are the smartest.
and remember, the head is the highest place in our body, right? When we put down the head to the ground, that means we show our humbleness, right? We could lower ourselves so that we can show our respect to the elderly or to the Buddha and wisdom and so forth, right? So that's the way. I went to India 1998, 1999. I saw that, when employees met his boss on the street, what did they do? They use their hand to touch the head first, and later on they touch the feet of their boss, or the one that higher than them or elder than them. So that shows respect, means that bowing down. Alright, so that's why when we come to temple, we show respect to Buddha, to show our humbleness, to pay respect to. Okay.
Ongolana. Employ the methods for overcoming drowsiness that I taught you. Ongolana. Feeling, whether pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral, is impermanent. It is of the nature to arise and cease. Being impermanent, it makes for suffering. Being impermanent, it is transitory and insubstantial. Unreal, anicca, dukkha, anatta.
What did the Buddha tell him?
He was telling him that that his drowsiness was like he taught him about drowsiness and how like being the pleasant feeling is impermanent.
Why? What's the way impermanence?
It's like not real. It's just like how you think of what's happening.
Or your feeling is true. Your feeling is real or impermanence.
Impermanent.
Why?
Because they're not like they're not real. They're not like your true self.
We talked about that, right? So, Jonathan, can you explain why your thought is not your?
I don't think I can.
You can't? All right. Timothy, can you explain why your thought is not your? Why is that?
Is it because they're non-real?
Why is not real? Let's say you're thinking. Let's say while you're sitting there, you're thinking about doing your homework, doing your job, send email to other people and so forth. So why would I say that's those thoughts is not your? Why is that?
Your thoughts are not real because it's not connected to your heart. And
While you're sitting there, right, you're you think this and that, right? So that's it is true. We stay one time, one place, right? But because we also jump everywhere. All right, let me show you another one. Okay, people, and let's see here. Hmm.
Woman by the name of Kisa Gautami. Her only son, an infant, died suddenly. She went to Buddha and cried, "My only child is dead. Have pity on me and bring him back to life." Buddha replied, "I will do so if you bring me a handful of mustard seeds from a household where no one has died." The woman exclaimed, "If that brings my child back to life, I will do as you say." Determined, Kisa Gautami began her search and approached different houses asking for mustard seeds. She went house to house and begged, "Please give me a handful of mustard seeds, but only if no one has died at your house." Wherever she went, people replied, "We could give you mustard seeds, but in the past, a death has happened in our house." Dejected, she continued her search. "No, no, then I don't want it." She went house to house, but could not find a single house where someone had not died. Everyone was ready to give her a handful of mustard seeds, but when she posed the condition, they were taken aback and were unable to help her. Kisa Gautami understood why Buddha had sent her on such a mission. Her sorrow was lightened. She went back and told him what everyone had said to her. Buddha replied, "My daughter, nothing in this world is permanent. Everything is unstable and is subject to change, decay, and death. This causes sorrow and suffering. The only way to avoid suffering is to take to the process of chanting the holy names of God." Moral.
Okay, anyway, so that's the last part stuff, right? Okay, Juan, can you, or sorry, uh, Jonathan, can you summarize what's about?
So the Buddha sent someone on a mission to like go get a handful of mustard seeds, but he said that whenever she asks him, she has to find like someone who's a household where like a family hasn't died in the past yet. And so she went house to house, but she never found anything. And so she went back, and the Buddha taught her that nothing in the world is permanent. It's like always changing. It's like never stable.
So what's meaning then? What's the main point of this one, this story?
Like everything is always changing. Like nothing's just gonna be permanent and stay as it is, I guess.
Okay, so Annie, so understanding the this impermanence principle, why is it so beneficial? Is that pessimistic to think about that, or is it beneficial for us to recognize?
I guess it's good to think about it
Why?
and understand it because in our world, especially, like since we're all so connected across the world, it's very easy to see change happening anywhere, and especially during this time, during like the pandemic time, and how basically our lives have been flipped upside down from like what we deem as normal from before the pandemic versus now. So like we have to stay away from large groups and try to limit like social interaction with others. And we never would have thought about that in the past or like last year. And now this year, everything has changed.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, so we'll talk about that tomorrow. Okay. All right, thank you. Let's finish up. Go ahead, Timothy. Can you say Namo Buddha, please?
Namo Shakyamuni Buddha.
Namo
Namo
Shakyamuni
Shakyamuni Buddha.
Namo Shakyamuni Buddha.
Namo
Namo
Shakyamuni
Shakyamuni Buddha.
Namo Shakyamuni Buddha.
Namo Shakyamuni
Namo
Buddha.
Shakyamuni Buddha.
Thank you. See you tomorrow. Thank you.
See you, Thai.
Buddha Sattva.
Buddha.
Okay. Johnson, ready? Johnson. Yeah. Hi, Peter and Tina. All right, go ahead, Johnson. Say, may I dissolve emotion Buddha, please?
Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha.
Okay. So Tina, how was your weekend?
It was good.
Did you guys go out or just stay home?
No, we just stayed home.
Scared?
Kind of.
Good. So did you go out with your mom to buy some foods and so forth? You did take care.
No, I didn't really go out this weekend.
So in Texas, the numbers went up, right?
Yeah, a lot.
So be careful. All right. So let's share the screen. Okay, let's see here.
Listen, you're not enjoying the play, are you? You seem completely different and uninterested. Ask yourself the same question, Kalita. You seem quite uninterested yourself. The actors and all the viewers will live for more than 100 years. In no long time will all be dead. Absorbed in watching entertainments, seeking fun, but for what benefit? Surely it would be better to seek the path beyond suffering. I'm thinking the same way as you. All right then, let's seek out a teacher under whom we can live and practice. Which artist should we go? Which teacher should we seek out? These days, there's so many sects. But we should choose the school of Master Sanjaya. It's large and respected, with many followers, located right in the city of Rajagana. Besides ourselves, we'll have to persuade our followers to go with us. All right, we'll leave tomorrow. The service is trained under Master Sanjaya until he was nothing more to teach us. Correct, sir. It's clear that his doctrine does not teach the way to deliverance that we're seeking. So, we'll have to seek out another heritage, another master. We've been friends for a long time. It's best if we make the promise that whichever one of us discovers the path out of suffering first, will seek out the other more fully. Agreed? Agreed. This renunciant walks with such inspiring mindfulness and composure. I've never seen any recluse like him before. I must take this opportunity to prepare him a seat and attend to his needs. Then, when he has eaten, I will politely ask him where he comes from. Venerable sir, my name is Upatissa, but some people call me Sariputta, after my mother's name, Sari. Please, may I be permitted to ask you, where did you ordain? Who's your teacher? Whose teachings or words do you follow?
My name is Venerable Asaji. My master is the Lord Buddha from the Sakyan clan. I'm his disciple and follow his teachings.
And what exactly did your master teach you?
I have just been ordained, and thus cannot give you all of the profound teachings, but I can give you a brief version. Whatever dharmas arise due to causes, the great teacher explains those causes.
Okay. Tina, can you summarize what's about?
So after the two men left the place to go find the answer to like the suffering, they learned all they could from their master, but then they wanted to find out more, so they decided to split up and said that whoever would find it first will find the other person and teach it to him. And so one of them was walking and he saw a disciple of the Buddha, and he asked him where he came from, and the disciple said that his master was Lord Buddha. And he said like the Dharma, and he briefly explained Buddha's teachings.
Okay. What did he say about it?
He said something about the Dharma, but I forgot.
About the cause, right? So anything that's happened not because of something, nothing else, but because of some reason, right? Right, Tina?
Yeah.
All right, Johnson, can you give one example? Why you could not go to school? Why didn't the school allow you to go back to school anymore?
Oh, the school didn't allow me to go back to school anymore because of, the coronavirus.
Why is that?
And, how we had to, because if we go to school and somebody had a coronavirus, it could spread more and, everybody would get it.
Okay. So, is that happened because of nothingness or because some reason?
It happened because of some reason.
What reason? What the
Well,
reason?
I really didn't look into it.
What the reason why they had the COVID-19? What happened? What happened? Why? Why did they have? Why do we have that kind of COVID-19 then?
It's a virus from I don't know, from this market in China.
Okay, Wuhan, right? Wuhan market, right?
Yeah.
And why is they spread everywhere? Why is that?
Because people were buying the food and stuff there, and they eat it, and they would get, they would have the virus, and then they would pass it on to other people when they cough or sneeze or stuff like that.
Okay. Okay, let me show you quick. Okay, I think even most of you know. Let us review so that you know. Nothing is come from nothingness, but it comes from some reason. Okay.
The streets around Wuhan's wet market today lie eerily empty. Blocked off by blue barricades, it is blamed for a global pandemic. A virus linked to several of its stallholders forced the government to shut it down on January the 1st. The same day, China contacted the World Health Organization to let them know about what we now call COVID-19. Chen Xingbo was among the first cluster of cases. He sold seafood at the market.
我是去年2019年12月25号，住进医院的。之前的1个礼拜，我就感觉自己人不舒服了，当时有感冒，然后就转到了 ICU，5楼的 ICU， 然后下公通知书。
China's trade in exotic delicacies at these fresh meat and live animal markets has been banned as investigations continue.
这样2个公民。
Okay, Victor, why is that? Why they ban that wet market, Victor? Why?
It's because it was the most likely case of it. Actually, no, what likely? This is confirmed to be, sort of confirmed to be the main cause of the global pandemic. And so they have to shut it down. They have to make it illegal. So then in the future, this wouldn't repeat itself, or at least this one would get worse.
Mm-hmm. So how this COVID-19?
It's like saying, oh, sorry, never mind.
How does this COVID-19 affect your life? Not much. From 0 to 10, what's the scale? 0 is nothing. That's happened to your life. 10 is a lot.
All right, I guess we're doing number stuff. I'm gonna say school time. Of course, that's a humongous change. Yes, but now because now we're here during the summertime, not that much. I'd say about. I'm not going outside anymore that much, like way out there in the public. So I'd say about 3 or 4.
Okay.
Maybe 4.
All right, Thomas. So how much does this kind of virus affect your life?
Wait, from 10 being what?
From 0 to 10.
Okay.
So there's nothing. 10 is the max. Everything's impacted now.
Like Victor said, it impacted like part of the school this year, but like honestly it's just summer. Nothing really, changed. Except we don't get to go outside often. So I would say 3. That's it. 3, 4.
You miss your friends, you miss to hang around with your friends?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. How about you, John? What is your number from 0 to 10?
Can you repeat that? My volume's kind of low. Like I didn't put it.
All right, from 0 to 10, how is the COVID-19 affect your life from 0 to 10?
I haven't gone outside in like a couple months.
Okay, it's boring. Or you enjoy?
I mean, like I stay in my room like almost like every day. It's like almost like 24 hours pretty much. Cause I sleep in my room. Like usually the only time I go outside of my room is to eat. I probably like just take a walk like in like the living room, or just to go out there. Cause sometimes it's boring.
Like you are in prison now, right? In your room,
Yes.
right? How are you, Laura? From 0 to 10, what's the number?
Like 4.
4. Johnson?
3.
Tina?
For me, it's like an 8.
Really? Why? Why is you double them? Why is that?
Well, yeah, like usually I'm doing things that I usually wouldn't be doing right now. Usually in summer I would be outside or hanging out with my friends, or my family would be going somewhere. It doesn't even have to. We don't go on vacation much, but we usually are out. We go to the park a lot. So right now, I'm just at home, and I have to find new hobbies to do that I wouldn't usually do.
So around your community, do you have swimming pool to swim in this hot season?
Yes, but we are not gonna go.
They don't allow you, or you don't want to go?
Oh, we don't want to go.
Okay. How about you, Alan? Are you there, Alan?
Yes,
Yeah, turn on the cam. Want to see your handsome face, Alan?
I just woke up, Tay.
Huh?
I just woke up.
Oh, that's okay. So you understand what's your number from 0 to 10? What's your number?
Like a 7.
Huh?
7.
7? Wow. How about you, Vincent?
I would say
8? Wow.
no, 2.
Oh, 2? You sure?
Yeah,
Only
I just miss my friends. That's it.
You miss your friends, that's all. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, this is like this impermanence. Nothing lasts forever, right? So hopefully in the fall, things will get back to normal life, or we may get some vaccination, right? And after that, we can go out and be active in normal way. All right. So Tina, you know why it's important to recognize this type of impermanence principle? Why is that?
So that we don't get too attached to anything.
Okay. Why is that, Laura? Why you need to recognize this type of impermanent principle? Things nothing lasts forever. Things are changing. Why is that?
What Tina said, so you don't get attached and you don't hurt yourself.
Okay. Thomas, what do you think?
Oh, like, what do you call? Why can't things last forever?
What's that?
Wait, what's the question?
The question is why it's so important for you to recognize this type of impermanence principle. Things are changing movement by movement. Why is that?
Oh, so you just don't get attached to it.
Victor, it's so important for you to recognize the important principle, or doesn't matter?
Well, of course, it is important to recognize these certain things. Life's impermanence. Well, a lot of people say it's to prevent getting attached to certain things, but there's actually a lot of meanings can build off of that. Saying just don't, saying that nothing in the world will stay there forever. Say, for example, I could say that, to not grow attached to it. Makes sense. There's also another saying to it. Say, for example, my parents or my sister or someone I've loved dearly, or maybe something I'm really passionate for. That won't be there forever. And I should learn to admire, to appreciate. It starts to build off to a lot of other aspects in Buddhism as well. So yes, of course, realizing life's impermanence is gosh darn important.
Oh, you, Johnson?
Like it helps me to learn, to know that things that don't last forever, and I shouldn't, really be attached to it because it doesn't last forever.
And even now you visit your little sister and brothers, right? So they older, they may take care of you, right?
Yeah.
Very good. Let's move on then, okay?
And the ending of those dogs.
Batista, you're repeating such short teachings that you heard, and it's enough for me to see the Dharma. Quickly, let's go and persuade Master Sanjaya to seek out Venerable Sachi's teacher.
In this world, which do you think there is more? Intelligent people or foolish people?
The foolish people, Master.
Such being the case, let those intelligent people go to study in Samara Gautama. I'll stay here for the sake of the foolish.
What happened, John? What happened when these two young men asked his teacher to go with them to see Buddha? What happened, John?
They asked him. That's pretty much it. Or they asked him to go.
What did he ask? What did he say?
I just forgot what he said. Hold up.
Thomas, what did he say, Thomas?
Two guys asked the master to go with them to Buddha, but he asked them the difference about intelligent people and foolish people, and he wants to stay with the foolish.
Why is that? You know why?
Maybe because he's jealous of the Buddha, and he thinks he's better.
Yeah, jealous, and what else? It's arrogant, right? Arrogant.
Yeah.
Because those two friends walking in here together are to be my pair of foremost disciples. The one well established in morality develops ever-present awareness of objects as they arise in the mind. Seeing such objects arising and ceasing continually, he begins to grow weary of them. Becoming weary, he lets go of his grasping and clinging. Letting go of grasping and clinging, his heart is released.
Okay. Laura, what did the Buddha say, Laura?
What did the Buddha say? You said something about when you let go of your attachments and your grasping and clinging, your heart is free, I think, maybe.
One example.
So like when someone steals your things, you get mad, right? But if you let go of your attachment to that thing, you won't get mad and your heart is free.
How about you, Victor? So again, when you attach to something, right, like in front of your eyes, right, and what happened if you could let go of them? Turn on the camera.
Let go of what? I think you said eyes.
No, anything that you so you love dearly, you love to watch.
This is not an example.
Yes,
not.
Doesn't matter.
Let's do something else. Give me a moment.
Give something else. Yeah. How are you, Tina? So you.
Okay, so this ginormous pillow right here. Okay, I like it a lot. It's very fluffy.
Okay, is your sister?
No, it's mine. She has a
Alright.
different one.
Okay, and you you hold this while you're sleeping?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
It's mainly my pillow, actually, but it's so soft and fluffy.
How are you, Tina? So how could we make our mind freeze according to Buddha teaching?
Okay, so according to Buddha teachings, you cannot. Okay, some things I can have an eternal connection to. For example, my parents and my sister, my family. I will love them forevermore, no matter what. But when it comes to material things like this, having such bondage would can result to all sorts of different kinds of sufferings. For example, if this thing got dirty or ripped and then someone threw it away, if I had such a deep connection to this, I would be crushed, even though it's just a pillow with a very cute face on it. But because of Buddhist teachings, I can now do this.
Wow, that's
perfectly fine.
It won't break it. How are you, Tina? Could you throw away like him, or you need to be careful?
There are some items that I have a lot more attachment to than other items, so probably not.
So it's important in your life to let go of those things, or you have to be selective.
Well, I think I think you should try to let go of most things, but there's a limit because some things do make you happy, and if you completely are just you feel nothing about everything, then you'll never be happy. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Okay. How about you, John? You understand what Tina say? You agree with what Tina say, John?
Yes.
You agree with her?
I know.
Huh?
Yes.
Guess what?
Yes, like I agree.
How you, Thomas? You agree with Tina that she said that it's better to have something, right? Otherwise, you would not be happy, right, Tina? That's right. Okay, Thomas, what do you think? Is that right? You agree with her?
Like to have something to make you happy.
Is that right?
like like a thing or like what? Like can it be friends or family to make you happy?
Ask Tina.
Uh, can you explain it?
Yeah, well, basically, I was saying like, you should try to not be too attached to anything, but you should still have some things that are like close to you because they make you happy. And if you don't have it, then you'll never be happy again.
So you agree, Thomas?
So, well, for me, if I don't have my family or friends, I wouldn't be happy. But like anything else, I'm okay.
So your friends, family is so important, right?
Yeah, if I lose them, I'll be depressed and die. Yeah.
How about you, Johnson? You agree with them?
Yeah, I do agree.
So what happened if somehow your parents drop you in Vietnam and you stay there forever? Is okay with you?
No, no, it's not.
Why not?
Because I love my mom and dad, and I want to stay with them. But if they just leave me in Vietnam forever, and I can't like when I grow up go visit them, then I'm gonna be sad.
Okay. How about you, Alan? You there, Alan?
Yes.
So if suppose that your parents drop you there in Vietnam, could you survive without them?
No.
Really? You sure?
Would I have anyone else or just me?
Yeah, only you.
Probably not.
Why not?
Just because I don't know Vietnam that much, so I wouldn't know my way around.
Really? Laura, suppose that your parents dispose you in Vietnam, can you survive by yourself over there?
I can't visit my other family.
It's up to you. But as a live in Vietnam then, so can you survive without your parents, without your sister?
I can survive. I just won't be happy.
So one thing I want to mention that, yes, there's common sense, nothing wrong, like you guys say that, yes, you love your parents, your siblings so dearly, right? There's nothing wrong. You love something to hold on so that it make you happy. But you know, life is changing. We don't know what happened in future. You know, how many people will die during this pandemics? Winter in this country, you know how many in the United States alone? How many people?
Actually, I have no idea, but I just happen to have a gigantic monitor. Let's see here. U.S. deaths, COVID-19. All right, let's do this. Total cases. 132,000 deaths.
Okay. How about in total around the world?
Let's see here. Total worldwide. Deaths. A little more than 500,000.
Yeah, more than 500,000 people around.
Yeah, 537,000 ish. That's not okay.
So again, that's what happened nowadays. So we don't know what happened to us. We don't know what happened to our family members. We know what happened to a lot of people. You know, this let me let you know that this Friday we don't have a class because I'm flying to New Jersey to do the funeral service for our man. He passed away when we were walking on the street the last 2 days. And have to fly there to do the funeral service for him. So we don't have class, won't have class on this Friday, okay? So that's still happening. We don't know. This is our expectation. That's in progress. So when you have to be ready, that's why to understand impermanence is so crucial, it's so important. Again, why is that, Tina? If something happened to you, something happened to your family members, if something happened to things that you love so much, but one woman that we gone, what happened then? Tina.
something happened to my loved ones.
Anyone, yeah, or anyone else that you love so much, if your friends, later on, your spouse, whoever.
Then I'll be probably sad for a really long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, I have seen. One more thing is that, you know, many couples, especially many elderly couples, when one pass away, there's possibility that the other one, the one that's still alive, would pass away soon. You know why? You know why, Thomas? You follow me, Thomas? You understand what I say, Laura? You understand
Yes.
what it means?
You're saying that when someone dies, the person they leave behind, they also die later.
Sooner.
And
Why?
uh-huh.
You know why?
I think it's because of the sadness. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because of the bond, right? The bond they could not live without their partners, but their parents passed away. They could not live lonely. They feel so lonely. So again, it's not pessimist view, but this is the reality of life, so that you can recognize and be ready, be ready to accept whichever is happening, right? Uh, mm, Johnson, right? Imagine one day, I don't know, imagine one day your parents may drop you in Vietnam then, and you have to, you can survive, right? You can live there, but of course you miss your family members. Yeah, you still separate from your family members, but still, it may or may not happen, but still you need to be ready. Why is that, Thomas? Yeah, Thomas, well, you have to be ready. We do all kind of things that may happen to you and your family members or anything that delay to your life. Why is that, Thomas?
Can you repeat that? I just joined back. I couldn't hear. Something happened to my audio.
I mean, why you need to be ready to accept, to deal with anything that may change your life or your families. Why is that?
Well, anything can happen, and we should always be ready. Like earthquake, tsunami, like anything, like a disease is spreading. I feel, yeah. I mean, we have to be ready because it could either destroy our lives or something like that. I don't know. I feel like we have to have something in our pride to protect ourselves. We can't just stand there and do nothing. We have to do something.
Alan, you follow us, Alan?
What happened, Tay?
Yeah. So why you have to be ready to deal with those impermanent things may happen to you, maybe happen to your family members, or may happen to your life. Why is that? And what happens if you're not ready?
You have to move on so that you don't stay stuck in one place forever and just thinking about it, and you don't suffer.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. So please remember that it's so important. Even even we don't want to depart from our family members or loved one, but we don't know what happened in the future. Right? So have to be ready. Right? So why Tina? Why with that mind to be ready with changing much better than to wait for that moment. Why is that, Tina?
Because life is unexpected and you never know what's going to happen next. So you have to be ready to move on from anything.
Okay, so let's finish up today. Okay, so please remember, this Friday we will have a class. Right, I fly there 3 to 4. I we get there by midnight, so we skip Friday. Okay, but we still have the class from now until Thursday. All right, John, go ahead, guys. Sorry. Can you remember the tree, John?
Yeah, I remember it.
Go ahead, John.
To the Buddha I return and rely. vowing that all living beings understand the great way profoundly and bring forth the Buddhi mind
1, 2, 3.
To the Dharma I return and rely, vowing that all living beings deeply enter the Sutra and have wisdom like the sea.
1, 2, 3.
To the Sangha I return and rely, vowing that all living wait no to the Sangha I return and rely, vowing all living beings form together a great assembly. I forgot.
One hello.
One and all in harmony.
Thank you. Vincent, may I please, Vincent?
May I be compassionate?
Be
May I be
compassionate.
compassionate?
May I be wise?
May I be wise.
May I be wise?
May I be healthy?
May I be
May I be
healthy.
healthy?
May I be a good girl and boy?
May I be a good girl and
Good
boy?
girl and boy.
That's
Alan, may I recognize, please? Alan.
May our parents stay safe.
May our parents stay safe.
May our parents be happy.
May our parents be
May your
happy.
parents be happy?
May our parents be wealthy.
May our parents
May
be
our
healthy.
parents be healthy.
Okay. Peter, may I day, please?
Okay. May our day be comfortable.
May our day be comfortable.
May our day be safe.
May our day be safe.
May our day be full of compassion.
May our day be full of
Full of
compassion.
compassion.
May our day end on a good note.
Good day and a good night.
Very good. Right. Vincent, Alan, and Thomas, stay back, please.